Ever get that feeling? Like you're always chasing after the next exciting thing, but it's over and you just feel empty.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
A kind of emptiness.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by fireworks, right?
Right.
All that noise and flash. But it's so fleeting. And that's exactly what we're diving into today with Pedro Elias's Reflections, The True Liberty. He uses this really striking comparison about fireworks versus seeds
Yeah, the metaphor of fireworks versus seeds.
to explore what it really means to be free. What do you think Elias is getting at with this comparison?
Well, the fireworks, they're all about that instant gratification. That quick burst of excitement, but then nothing. Silence. It's interesting how he uses that to represent the kind of freedom many of us are chasing after.
It's like that sugar rush after you have a candy bar or something.
Exactly. Feels amazing in the moment, but then you just want more and more. But the seeds
And with the seeds.
are different. They represent a different kind of freedom, one that takes time. It needs patience, dedication. You have to really commit to something bigger than just yourself.
So it's that commitment that makes the difference.
It's a big part of it, yeah. It's about investing in something that grows and develops over time, not just a fleeting thrill.
It makes me think of like scrolling through social media for hours versus like actually building something you're passionate about.
You've got it. That's a great way to put it. Elias is arguing that real, true liberty, it's not found in those short-lived moments of pleasure or getting likes or whatever. It's about something more.
It's about dedicating yourself to something that actually means something.
Yes. Something lasting. Something meaningful.
And he actually talks about true liberty quite a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
What does that actually look like, though, in the context of this metaphor, I mean?
Well, Elias talks about how we can actually become slaves to a freedom that never was.
What an interesting way to put it.
Right. It's like, imagine if you chase those fireworks moments, the likes, the wins, someone saying you did a good job. You end up needing those things to feel good about yourself.
You become dependent on them.
Exactly. And it becomes a cycle. Always chasing those highs, but they never truly satisfy. True liberty, according to Elias, comes from breaking out of that cycle. It's about deciding to nurture the things that align with what you believe in, your values. That's where you find that deep sense of fulfillment.
So you're saying it's about finding freedom from that need to have other people validate you all the time. Instead, you find it by going after something inside yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Elias says that true freedom comes down to making your actions match up with your values. It's about putting effort into something that really speaks to who you are deep down and gives you a sense of satisfaction that lasts, not just a quick thrill.
I like how you use the word investing because it really does feel that way, doesn't it?
It does.
Like when you choose to nurture those seeds, to commit to something that truly matters to you, that takes time and effort, sometimes you even have to give things up to do it.
You're absolutely right. And Elias actually uses a very vivid image in his book to describe this. He writes, "True liberty is not found on a brightly lit stage, but in the quiet moments of tending to the garden of your soul."
Wow, tending to the garden of your soul.
It's beautiful, right?
It is.
What he means is true freedom is about making those daily choices to cultivate the things that are most important to you, even when no one's watching, even when it's tough.
That really speaks to me because I feel like we're constantly surrounded by messages that celebrate those brightly lit stages he talks about.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's all about the instant successes, the viral moments, things like that.
Right.
But that deep sense of fulfillment, that true satisfaction, those things don't usually come from those fleeting moments.
No, they don't. They come from the journey, from the whole process of nurturing something over a long period of time.
Exactly. And I think it's easy to forget that sometimes.
And it's important to remember, nurturing those seeds, it doesn't mean you can't have any fun. It doesn't mean depriving yourself of excitement. Think about it like a gardener. They find joy in every part of the process.
That's a good point.
From planting the seeds to seeing those first little buds pop up.
It's true.
The joy isn't just in that final moment when the flowers bloom. It's in the whole journey.
I like that. It's about finding joy in the process of becoming, of growing, of aligning yourself with those values that you hold deep down. And it makes me think about that feeling of emptiness Elias talks about when we're too focused on chasing those metaphorical fireworks. It's like we're always looking for something outside of ourselves to fill that void.
Exactly. And that's where the seeds come into play. When you put your energy into something meaningful, something you're passionate about, something that aligns with your values, that's when you start to cultivate a sense of fulfillment that comes from within. You're not relying on those external sources of validation anymore because you're finding satisfaction from a much deeper place, a place inside yourself.
Yeah, it's like you're building something inside yourself, a kind of reservoir of fulfillment that can't be drained, even when things are tough on the outside.
Exactly. And, that reminds me of something else Elias says. He talks about how important it is to make sure your actions actually line up with your values. He says, when your actions are consistently aligned with your deepest values, that's when you experience true liberty. You're no longer pulled in 1,000 different directions by fleeting desires or the opinions of others. You're free to chart your own course.
It's about more than just finding your passion, right? It's about living that passion out every single day, even in the little choices we make.
Exactly. You've got to keep checking in with yourself, asking yourself, is this choice, this thing I'm doing, is this moving me closer to the person I want to be? Is it helping those seeds I've planted to grow? Or am I getting pulled away by those flashy fireworks again?
It's about living intentionally, making choices that reflect what you believe in and finding the joy in becoming the best version of yourself. It sounds like it's more of an ongoing journey than a destination.
You're absolutely right. It's all about growth, reflection, constantly readjusting. And the best part, it's your journey. You get to choose what seeds you want to plant, the values you want to live by, the legacy you want to leave behind.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Elias's work, I think the takeaway is pretty clear. True freedom isn't about chasing quick thrills or needing everyone to like you. It's about something much deeper. It's about being brave enough to commit to something bigger than yourself, having the discipline to nurture your values, and finding joy in becoming who you're meant to be.
Beautifully put. And on that note, I want to leave you with this. What seeds will you choose to nurture today?